Hello everyone. Today we're going to talk about the real estate market is cooling down. Why? The reason why the real estate market is cooling down in this time of the year. As the temperature goes down as well, right? We have a nice temperature in Arizona right now, and we kind of see that the real estate market is actually getting slower. So let's dive right into the reason why it's happening during this time of the year. Now, when I say the reason why I can talk about this is that when you based on something called a contract ratio, in front of you right here is the chart that represent a contract ratio from January of 2021 until now. By definition, as you know, the contract ratio is defined as the number of under contract at the moment of time over the active listing. So as you see, the under contract numbers represent the demand. How fast a buyer, how many buyers willing to make an offer on a property, right? Willing to make an offer and go under contract with the property versus active listings showing the supply of the houses available on the market. So that is the definition of the contract ratio. Now, what's happening now is, as you see, is actually having a downtrend since April. April, we have the highest about May, actually in May, right? About 83.3%. Very high. Like 100 houses available on the market, there are about 83 under contract property. Okay. As of today, we only have the ratio of 38.8. 38.8, right? Almost 50% less than the highest point, and it's still going downtrend. So there's a lot of people because if it is less than, as you see here on the right side, the hot market is about 60, right? Below that is the warm market, right? And if it is below 40, we actually going to the cool market. Okay, so is the temperature, as the temperature goes down to the cool weather, now we also have a cool real estate market as well. Okay, so that's what we realize. Okay, now we're gonna dive into the reason why. Okay, so to be able to understand the reason why, let's first looking at a couple of detailed information of the house, the number under contract versus the active specifically, right? Because the ratio is a nice way when you compare this month to the previous months. But to be able to understand the full pictures, we have to look at the number in detail. Okay, the November 4th is at the time that I get this data. We actually have the under contract of 5,000, about 5,500 homes under contract on that day. The active listing is actually 14,000. Okay, that is a lot. Okay, when I say a lot, let's compare to previous year. Okay, previous year, during about the same time of the year, right, November 5th, we have about under contract of 6,000, very similar to, and then active listing around 19,000. That's also a big number as well, right? Last year, as you know, when the interest rate goes up since May, after that, May, June, July, August, September, and October, and even November, right? The number of active listings keep going up because there's a lot of houses cannot be sold, okay? And a lot of buyers cannot buy houses anymore during that time of the year, right? That's why the active listing is getting really high at 19,000, okay? Now, when you compare to 2021, you're going to see this, okay? This is a little bit reverse because the ratio back then is actually 154.7, okay? The active listing only 7,000 and the under contract is almost 11, like more than 11,000, right? Which is the opposite market to what we happening here in 2022 and 2023 when the active listing is very high and the under contract is very low. In the opposite of 2021, we have the opposite situation, right? Under contract is very, very high and the active listing, is very, very low. Therefore, sure what's happening. But therefore, you're going to see that back in 2021, we have a very hot market, but in 2022 and 2023 is a warm market. So a lot of people are thinking, oh my goodness, does that mean that the market is completely shut down right now? Is that indicating of a horrible things could happen to the real estate market? Okay, so the short answer is no, but here's the long answer. Okay, obviously you see back in 2022, the ratio is still at 30.6, right? The ratio right now is at 38.8. Okay, but we still survive through 2022. Actually, if it is in January, it's actually getting higher and higher. The contract ratio is actually getting higher and higher as well in January. Okay. The second point that we can see is that even though back in 2021, sorry, one more slide back in 21, this ratio number here, 154.7, is the lowest point, almost lowest point for 2021. But that is still, as obviously you see here, like there's a dip at the beginning of 2021 is very high, but then it go down to almost around September, October, and then it go back up. Okay. For 2022, we kind of same the situation. Even though the attitude, the height of the ratio is different, right? But it's kind of the same behavior like at around this time of the year. Okay. As such, we can see that this is the regular for right now, November, even though it is going downtrend, it is just the regular seasonal change of the real estate market in Arizona. Especially, I don't know, maybe Arizona people or other people out of state would like to buy a house in Arizona during the hot year, during the hot month, right? But for the cooler months, okay, for Arizona market, it tends to be the slowest months. Even though, as you see, one more time, 2021 is still have a higher number of ratio, a different market compared to 2022 and 2023. It's still behavior the same, right? But the same behavior goes down toward the end of the year and go up toward the beginning of the next year. Same situation, 2022, 2023, going down, 2023, and 2024 is going to go back up. So what does that mean to the buyers and seller? What it means to the buyer and the seller is that, What it means to the buyer and the seller is that this time of the year in Phoenix, it generally, from September, specifically from September to December, it generally have much advantage for the buyers to buy during this time of the year. Because with the contract ratio getting lower, the seller aware of the situation that they have to competing with multiple active listings or the active listing on the market, as well as the low pool of buyers on the market. And therefore, they're willing to sacrifice some of the thing that we call pricing, right? Some of the money that they get, supposed to get during the other time of the year. And therefore, the buyers can have more negotiation power compared to March or June, when the seller gonna have regained a lot of negotiation power during that time, if not a very high number. Okay, well, that is all I want to share with you. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching, and hopefully I share some of the useful information to you. If you do have any questions, feel free to DM me directly, and I will be more than happy to answer any question that you may have. Thank you. Bye.